I had no intentions of alarming you this morning, but due to my Fuji-like nature, I traveled back in time to the 1950s era where people with corduroy pockets welcomed me into their vintage lifestyle, and I wasn't different than they were due to the nostalgic nature of my footage. And today we will go over some of it in a glimmer-glass-like fashion. The magic was ours.
All I want is the perfect camera. All I want is the perfect camera.
So it's been a couple weeks since I got this. Is that stiff? Oh, it's locked. Son of a bitch. But I tell you, even though this thing's 15 times the weight, I never bring that 70 to 300. I will probably sell it. It's up on the market. But that sugar beast is not without its flaws. We'll go over some today. But I wanted to see what would it be like if I got a glimmer glass filter for it. Could the magic increase beyond Fuji vintage potential? Here's a good example of the vintage 70s squirrel-like nature. That was shot for PBS, we all know it, in 1971. It's so soft. It's like the opposite of what you would want for wildlife. That's what I'm realizing. I brought it out one time, it's already back to Amazon. I thought maybe with the highlights blooming, we got some ducks. I was like, okay, this would be the moment. I'm glad that log was right in the middle of them. That's how I planned it. I plan a lot of my shots, and they're always great. There's always twigs, as you can see on the left side, that's twigs. We're in disgusting Sony color science, by the way. Standard profile. I just wanted to see what happens. Standard Sony colors. Is it the best you've ever seen on the channel? I believe it is. Now spring is in the air and I'm noticing new critters coming around. We're getting some stuff here. So I've been seeing this kingfisher in my area. I had no idea they could possibly be in my little town, but they're here. There's a little swamp and I'm like, are there even fish alive? Like, that pond was frozen over for most of our time, but he's sustained somehow. I'll tell you how I caught him. Look at him. Look at this guy. I do get a little closer to him later, but man, it's such a majestic bird. They do these weird movements. Oh, he's like a blue jay, but not. Longer beak, and they dive. They catch fish. They just dive head first into the water. I caught it on film, barely. It's so beautiful. The breasted stuff there, the patterns. Are you seeing that? But the way they move, it's so like, they do this like, it's really weird. He's about to fly off in majestic fashion as I perfectly track it. Oh, no, maybe not. All right, are you ready for some National Geographic stuff here? I caught him diving for a fish. I don't know how I even got the footage. I must have noticed him up there and then saw him dive and then pressed record. Didn't know if I was anywhere in the realm of focus. I kind of was, barely. But we got something. It was 4K 60p only, so it wasn't as slow, but here it is. Wow. Now if we replay it, pay attention to the left side of the screen. Boom. It dropped like a bomb. I'll slow it down to unusable frame rate levels. My God. That was like a kamikaze attack. That was beautiful. And then I pan up. What's that in your mouth? Looks like you caught a fish, and I caught it on camera. Barely, not the whole event, like a show would do properly with multiple cameras, but he's eating food, and I captured his glory. A successful hunt. Oh man, you see the spikes? Oh, he's got spiky horns. Oh, that is cute. Oh, he's shaking off. He's so happy he was fed by his own means. Oh, how proud he must feel. She. Him. You see how they move though? They got these very majestical movements. Very magical. Clean off that beak. You deserve it. Now he flew closer to me and I got it perfectly in focus. And when he landed on the branch, that's as close as I've ever been now to a kingfisher. It was backlit and bullshit. He's dark as hell. The shadows, they're gone. But Fuji, you did some. Look at those spikes. And then this majestic moment where the wind picks up. It's, oh my god, the spiky hair wind blowing. Kingfisher wind. Wow, and he flew off. Oh my god. Was it bullshit footage? Yes. Did I catch a leopard chasing a gorilla? And then a squirrel steps in and fights off the leopard? And then the gorilla carries the squirrel back and feeds him some of the bananas he had at his hut? No, I didn't capture that, but this is good for my little walks. I'm somewhat of a David Attenborough apprentice, and I'm proud. And if you thought that the kingfisher was the fiercest animal in this jungle, you might be mistaken, my friend, because I saw a rat-like thing, a swimming rat. This was some magic. Before I saw the rat, I saw this thing, and I was like, oh my god, you see that moment? That's what happens when you see something. I heard something creeping up on the floor behind me. I was like, usually that sound, it could be a squirrel or someone's dog. But I looked down and there was this yellow, gray, puffy bird hopping towards me. I was like, oh my god. And so I went down, then he flew up right in front of me, the most magical shot of our time. And I fucked up. I pressed record, and then I hit back button focus, which doesn't work after you press record. We got nothing. I was like, no. It would have been so sharp and beautiful. You got a back button first. And manual focus at that point would have taken me 15 turns to get to him. We lost it. It hurts. But we didn't lose everything. So I see this wet rat looking thing off in the distance. I'm like, is that a squirrel? No. He looks like he's going into the water. That's something different. He peeked out. I got much better footage of him, but this was my first sighting. I was like, what is that? He's peeking up. Is that mink? I think we got a mink sighting. He's looking at me, and then he disappears into the night. No, he doesn't. Next clip. Here he is running. He's shiny, oily, maybe. Maybe they lick themselves. There is an animal that licks themselves to make them oily, so they're slippery underwater and water repellent. I got him coming out. Look at that. Look at that jerky stabe. Gotta love that. Shaking themselves off. He's walking. Part of him's probably in focus at some point. Twigs in between us, so he's not sharp. I love that. Ton of twigs. And then they go silently into the water. What's he doing down there? Surely not hunting. He would never do that. So they come out. They always shake off. Look at it. He's eating something. He caught a fish as well. He was like, yo, Kingfisher, you missed one. Oh no, he's coming after me now. Kingfisher versus mink, what would happen? I didn't catch a battle on film, but we can theorize. I think the kingfisher would dive with his beak right in the rib cage. It would hurt, but I think they would both die from the attack. So, nobody wins in that scenario, do they? Not us, not you, not them. The fish win, because two less people to kill them. I went for some super slow-mo with a 240p. Now keep in mind, this is still glimmer glass technology we're witnessing here, but oh man, the running. He looks like a lion with his mane. When he shakes just his head, now he has a mane. Oh man. Then he goes right back in. Oh, right back in for more. So cool. And he sees something. He's on the prowl. He's about to pounce. I'm making this up as I go along. He dives into the water. He notices a shark. He's like, oh shit, I bit off more than I can chew. He comes out, realizing his baby was left unattended. So he shakes off in a lion-like fashion, coming out to save his family from the shark. Man, and I caught it all on film. It's partly in focus too. That's good content. Shake it out, my friend. Shake it out. You're a mink. You own these swamps. Don't let anybody tell you different. Not that shark. Definitely not. Now these suckers are fast. I didn't realize this is 240 frames per second and he takes off like lightning. I had a hard time keeping up with him. I don't think I did. So here he just starts roaring. I think he roared first and then he just went for it. And I'm like, okay, all right, here we go. I can keep up. I can keep up. Fuji will pan smoothly. Oh, we lost him. Oh, we lost him. We lost him hard. So I got half of his body. I eventually catch up. Kind of. And there we are. Beautiful footage. With all the twigs separating us, much like a cage. Or a prison cell. Who's in prison, me or him? That was the real question. And here is the magic. He comes out of his little home. And he notices me. He's like, I'm gonna go dive in here. Wait, who's that? Is that my buddy, Camera Conspiracy? Oh, no, it wasn't him. And he dove in. So we got some stuff. What I'm trying to do now is just learn this system really good, the Fuji camera, become one with it. Because I don't think there's anything better right now to upgrade to. I would like autofocus at some point with animal tracking. We'll see what that XH2S. But it has to become second nature, like I'm not thinking about it. Still right now I'm trying to make decisions and I make mistakes like pressing record and then back button focus. Oh, that doesn't work. So I'm still in the rookie bitch phase. But once you get there, the magic could be had. I need stabilization techniques. I need to, like when I'm crouching down, that's the worst position. I'm not having a knee on the ground. I'm just balancing. It's really bad. So I'm not willing to dirty my pants on the ground. But once I do get over that fear of dirt, put the knee on the ground, then you're like a tripod. And you can get the low angles. How was the Sony Color Science? Is it better than S-Cinetone? That looks worse. And darker. Bullshit. Oh God, why did I do that? I should have just left. So what do you think? You're buying a Fuji through my affiliate links? You'll like that. Thumbing up the video. Subscribing. People do it. I don't mind it. Instagram following. Wow. I post stuff. I'm posting pictures. I'm getting there. We got a shot. I'm proud of it. Kind of. I'm gonna go. Take care.